So welcome to the 1990 series. My name is Amanda O'Shea, the loving life coach from the Serendipity Experience. And this is my gorgeous friend, Lise Dandanell from Denmark. Lise is a wonderful lady who has this great skill for deep listening and works with singing. She runs, well, how I've met Lise is running, I met you on the Jack Pransky training courses, but also you were doing your workshop, if you like, there, finding your inner voice. Lise, welcome.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for having me here, Amanda.
Pleasure. This is the the space for me to give thanks back to these amazing, fabulous people that have been in my world, and you are certainly one of them. And it's been amazing, the work that I've seen you do and the work that I've had the pleasure to do with you, and being in the same trainings with you, but also being in those finding your inner voice workshops. Magical, absolutely magical.
Wonderful.
Lise, where did that kind of come from? You know, where did that start, where you put what you did sort of into a workshop form?
Well, actually, I did it a long time ago. I mean, we're back in late 80s or something like that, where I was doing a lot of singing. I'm a professional singer, and at that time I had a lot of gigs, and we're having and taught some other singers how to sing, how to use your voice, and I had this workshop at that time, and then all of a sudden one day the woman who was next in line to sing her song, and then I should kind of help her through the song by all kind of techniques that I knew a lot about. And when she started singing, I could just hear, well, I don't know how to help this woman, because she actually did everything wrong and it didn't sound very nice. And the whole group, who were sitting there waiting for their turn and tried to learn something when other people were out there singing, got, kind of, there was not a very nice energy in the room, let me say like that. And I was just thinking, how can I help this woman? Because I knew that everything she did was wrong, and I couldn't help her with the technique. And all of a sudden this idea came in my head that I should ask her to ask all the rest to lay down as stones on the floor, and ask her to sing from the bottom of her heart, and try to change these stones to lovely human beings. Wow. And I just thought, when I got that idea, I just thought, well, this has nothing to do with me teaching. I never done things like that before, so I just but nothing else came to my mind. So after a while, I just thought, oh, well, I just go with this one, because I don't know what else to do. And I said that to her and to the group. They lie down on the floor. She starts singing. And when she sang, the whole group, all the stones started to cry. And I got hit, myself, and was just thinking, how on earth could this happen? Because this woman totally changed, everything from doing everything wrong, she did everything right, and she was singing so beautifully, and I got curious what happened there. And then after that, I noticed that every time I was in doubt, or I actually admitted to myself, I don't know what to do here, I heard something, and for a while I used it, not knowing what it was, and I really wasn't very comfortable about it, because I knew it was something very special, and I didn't know what it was, and at that time I really wanted to have control about everything in my life. So I kind of stopped it, because I got a little afraid of it. And then from that period of my life and up until 2012, 2013, I only been doing it in very special occasions, when I had leaders to give them an assignment that they didn't know what to do about. Then I knew, okay, I will use my singing thing here.
Like a leader doing a speech or sing or.
No, it was, I had some leaders trying to help them use their voice so they
Lead
really could.
singers, right?
No, not lead singers. No, it's leaders in the business world.
Oh yeah, okay. So like like leadership training.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. And
Okay.
I should teach them how to, move correctly and how to use their voice so they would seem like being very calm, knowing about everything, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I actually use that workshop on those leaders, because that really make them out of their comfort zone, and a lot of fantastic things happened when I did that. And then, you know in 2013, 14, I don't remember now, I met Natasha from Denmark here, who just got acquainted about the three principles at that time. And she said to me, when she heard about that, she said to me, go and look up the three principles on the net and see whatever you can about it. And I did. And I remember the first time I saw it, I was just hit, and I knew that, oh my God, that is what is happening. When I don't know, when I really surrender to, I don't know, I go into this place where something else takes over, and I hear some things that I never would have found it out myself, and when I just go with it, and sometimes I don't even know where it will take us, but if I just believe in it, trust it, and go with it, always something very, very special is happening. And to me, that is actually the way that I am really trying to help people today, by doing this workshop, where people are coming, and the minute that, well, you've tried it yourself, Amanda.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, the first time, so just for people who have never, who haven't, been to one of your workshops and know what you do, this is how I see it. There's an invitation. So, for example, we were in the first time I ever did it was one of Jack Pransky trainings, and afterwards you offered it to the group. And a couple of times I did it where there might be a group of us, I don't know, maybe 15, 20, 25 people, and there's an invitation for somebody to come up and sing at the front of the room to the group. And what it appears to me like happens is the amount of thinking that people have with the idea of standing up in front of a group of strangers, that includes people that sing. Well,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that, because they don't know these people, or it's out of their their comfort zone, and it seems like you're using that to watch thought play out, and then you kind of give them, it seems like you listen to something and they sing, and it might only be a chorus of a song, or it might be a song they know, it could be in their own language, it could be whatever, and you listen, and then it's like you give them a job to do, or not a job, but you give them something to focus on, like you say, whatever it is, whatever pops into your mind, to pretend they're singing to the stone. But you also give the group or the crowd or the audience something to, like, you give a little task for them to do, like, and
yeah. Sometimes, I
not okay.
I don't know what it's different every time. I really don't know what happens, but
I mean,
yeah,
I've been in quite a few of the groups, and I remember the first two times I was in a group, I really wanted to sing, and it's like, and then oh no, like, and then oh no, and then the next time it's like, right, just do it now. When she asked the first time, and it really was that, like, oh my God, and then I find all the excuses now. Oh, I don't know all the words, or oh well, I'll sing if everybody will sing with me, or and then something happens.
yeah,
We're invited to sing it again in a different, slow it down, or do something, whatever it is that pops into your head, and the voice just improves.
yeah,
Like, it's incredible.
yeah. It is really incredible, and it is, as you said, that when people are daring doing it, the head is filled with our habitual thinking about that we are not good enough, or whatever, whatever thought that we have created and that had been following us many, many years.
Yeah.
It's like all these thoughts are that limits us is standing in line in our head and just saying that to us. So you can hear when people are opening their mouth and singing, you can hear how nervous and frightened and insecure people are, and when they're then listen to their own voice and make, are aware about the feelings and stuff that is going on in the body, people are getting more and it sounds more, insecure or whatever. And to be on that journey with people where they transform from being totally what they're thinking about, and then all of a sudden they are a person who have these thinking, and the next thing is that they totally forget about thinking, and just, and people are just aware in that present moment, totally aware of what of the whole group and of the song, and then it's kind of that frightened person totally disappears. And now there is this wonderful person who is sharing a song with every one of us. And it is, and as you said, you can hear it in the voice. You can actually hear that this person is changing from being very nervous, very something, in the voice, to have a very clear, very beautiful, very connected voice with who is standing right there in front of us and is singing the song, sharing it with us.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That is amazing. And I mean, yeah, it is really a big experience for every one of us, because it's not only the person who's standing there singing that goes through all these kind of thinking, it's also the people who's actually just sitting and listening.
Yeah, in the audience.
Because we can imagine what is going on in that person, and we totally are getting a lot of stories in our own head when that thing happened.
Yeah. So
and yeah,
it's so magic. I remember we did this day's workshop together about, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, something like that, down in here in Spain, in a place called the Dome in Alcalá. Do you remember it?
Oh yeah, that was beautiful. Just the place was absolutely beautiful.
A beautiful space that literally a dome, and it's sort of built for that kind of thing. They do sound therapy and stuff like that there. But I remember people that, like you say, you maybe invited 6 people to join, the person who's singing maybe just steps outside from them, and then people were pretending they were trees, or pretending they were, or invited somebody else to pretend they were singing to a baby, or all these things that just like come out of the hat. So you have to be really in clarity and listen to that, right?
Well, what I have to do is to surrender to totally, I'm nothing, I don't know anything, and it isn't that thoughts aren't arising in my head, because they truly do. A lot of thoughts about, a lot of thinking about, or no, a lot of thought about technique, and you could help her by, if she's doing like this, blah blah. And then I just take that thought, and just move it a little. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's fine. I just leave it, and so I don't identify with it. I'm just waiting, and I'm not even waiting. I'm just surrendering. That is the best word I can use. That I'm really surrendering to, I don't know anything. And then all of a sudden this fresh idea comes that sometimes I don't know what it means, but I have so much trust in it, so I just say it anyway. And then all of a sudden when the thing is in flow, then oh my God, then I see, oh my God, that is brilliant. Who could have thought about this? I certainly didn't. So yeah, so that is, that, to me, that is truly deep listening. And to me, that is actually, that is the most wonderful way of being in life, that really to see that how much damage our thinking, our thoughts can do to us when we believe in them.
Like limitated thinking, like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I can't, or I'm not good enough, or comparison, or what will people think, or
yeah, exactly.
it's true. Like, I think when we're younger, or we might carry something, like, I imagine people say things, or we've been told maybe, oh, you can't sing, or you've got a bad voice, or
Yeah,
they're the kind of comments that people make, not realizing that, somebody might take that as literal truth.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, and maybe we just created ourselves. We don't know, because it is something that happens when we are very, very small kids, and we make all kinds of truth at that time, that is against ourselves. And because we are so everything what our parents says, we just believe in that, and we will never, when we are small kids, blame them anything. We blame ourselves instead as kids. And that kind of, those truths that we're making at that time, that kind of can follow us for the rest of the life.
Absolutely, yeah.
If we don't see this, and this is just a seeing. It's just to see that maybe we should just wait a second, when we're feeling bad, listen to the feelings, and try to ask, is this true? Is this really true? Or is it just an old habit thinking that I'm thinking again?
Yeah,
And
it's a story, right?
absolutely.
I can't sing. I mean, you must hear that. If you're inviting people to your workshops or something, that people go, oh, I can't sing.
Yeah.
I mean, do you believe, Lisa, that everybody's got a voice? I mean, your workshops with finding your inner voice. I mean, there seems to be, or it would appear to be, that some people sing more in tune than others, or some people can reach different. I see it in the choir. People have obviously got different natural. They're tenors or sopranos or altos.
Yeah.
There's that natural, but everybody can find their voice, or everybody can improve their voice. Is that what
Well, I used to say that if you can speak, you can sing. It is as simple as that. Because if you sing out of tune, if you actually do that, but a lot of people are saying they're singing out of tune, but they're not. But if it's true that people are, it's just a matter of that they at some point in their life had kind of closed down the values of the difference in the tones, in the notes, So it's just a matter of opening that up again, and just doing it and listen. Make people listen.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we can hear, and even deaf people can sing, because they can feel the vibration if they're resonant with that vibration that is right here. It's amazing.
Wow,
that what we can do.
Yeah.
The only thing it takes is that we open up to whatever we want to do, and not let us being hold down on that, thinking that we're singing out of tune and sounds terrible. Because if that's what we think, that is exactly what we're getting. That is how strong thoughts are,
Yeah.
So,
and do you work with all ages? I mean, do you see that younger people are more free and limitless? Do you find that as we get older, what's been as you've been working with sort of all different age groups?
But to me, it's so easy to see that young people, small children, are getting this much quicker, are seeing this much quicker than the rest of us, because they have only been off track for not very long, and they still know, they absolutely know that there's something inside of them that deep in the core of them that knows, and it's good to step into that place and listen to what comes from that place. But I haven't even, up until now, I haven't met any child who cannot relate to that. That they very quickly understands that, yes, I'm getting angry, I'm getting sad, or I'm getting and that was just in that particular situation because that thing and that thing happened. Yeah, but what did you think? Oh yeah, I thought, and make them see that, well, they lost the contact to who and what they truly are at that point, and then they went back again, and everything was fine. 2 seconds after, and they forgot everything about it, and that they deep inside they know what is true. They really know what is true. Yeah. And I think it's the same thing, of course, with us grown up. That if you really speak with people and you say, do you know that there's a place in you that is absolutely perfect? All of us kind of resonate with that, and some of us gets very touched by hearing that, because we kind of forgot, and we think that we are that disturbed person that is sometimes running around and not, this is with all this thoughts thing up in our head. And so it's so good to, just to resonate with that there is something inside of us that is much bigger than we are, and in that place we're not judging each other. We're not trying to find what separates us. We really truly see what
liberates us.
What liberates us, and that we are all the same. Yeah. And that is totally pure, unconditional love.
That's the magic that you do. It's like you bring the group or the audience and the person singing and you all into one. It's like we're all singing, even though the voice isn't coming out of our mouth. It's like all of us have got that, come on. It's like the whole football team playing football. The whole of the stadium are behind the football team.
And I think it's because that every one of us, when we are born as lovely human beings who really cares about ourselves and other human beings, other beings, other everything. And sometimes some of us has forgotten about that and has created a strange personality that goes further away from that. But when we really meet other people who comes from that place, it's very difficult not to resonate with that place in ourselves. So we all want to be lovely people. I really truly believe in that. That's what we all want to be.
It feels good.
Yes, it does.
And it's a little bit like Deborah Simmons. She used to have the Lovely People webinar, because friends of hers used to say, like, oh, where's all those lovely people that always come to your meetings? And it's like, oh, everyone's lovely. And there's a friend of mine, she used to be my hairdresser, and she used to say, are you going to one of your happy weekends? People.
That's funny, isn't it?
It's just how it is. It's kind of and I think when you first come into maybe something like that, and you haven't been used to that for a while, because you've been used to working whatever in the corporate world, or you've been, not that there aren't, of course everyone's lovely and happy everywhere, but
absolutely.
They don't seem to be in that feeling all the time, or more of the time than not. I think that's what happens. It just seems to be that there's this reflection when we're a group of people together, and so who wouldn't want to hang out in that space?
No, exactly. Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
And that is what we are. I think we are very content, and we're very wise and lovely people. at the core of us. That's what we truly are. And you know, to see that instead of all my life, I've tried to reach to that point where I felt kind of happy, you know, and I've always looked outside of me. I've always, you know, oh, if only I had, or if only I met, or if only, but it really didn't help when I then succeed in getting something that I thought, oh, if I only had that, then everything would be fine. It just takes a while, then it's just, oh, yeah, but I'm still not really happy. But to find out that, you know, in everyday life, that you can just sit for a while and be still for a second or two, and then you actually have this wonderful opportunity to just be, be aware, be present, and see the beauty in everything, and the love, and this wonderful feeling of contentment, you know, that is so beautiful. And that's what we are all. Every one of us has this place inside of us, and that is really what I try to make people see at that workshop. That is my way of sharing this, you know, really make people see that this place, that is what you are, that is truly what you are. And then all kind of things can happen in our brain, and some of it we should take seriously, but other stuff we shouldn't. And just to have that chance to see that, that is really wonderful.
Good. It's so good, Lisa. Well, I love what you're doing, and I look forward to. I'm sure you'll be back in Spain next year, or
yes, I will. I will in April, actually. I will.
Oh, wonderful! So anybody who's watching this and they're interested in coming along to one of your workshops, April in Spain. Are you doing anything in Denmark? Have you got
Yes, I have something in. It's not put in the calendar yet, but I have something smaller workshops in Denmark. But I'm doing a 5 days retreat in April in Spain.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay, well, keep us posted and let us know. Yeah, it's amazing to get a few more people in the room and experience what I've experienced and what I've seen other people experience, because it is really magic in the music, you know, really. Lisa, thank you so much. What a lovely conversation, and I hope that
people
listening have got intrigued and you know, feel like singing their little hearts out.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to ask me some questions, or then they can just contact me. They can find me.
Yes, that's Lise Dandanell from Denmark. And we're going to say cheerio. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here, Lisa. Thank you for being part
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Big kiss to you, and big love to everybody.
Bye-bye.
Sing, sing.